Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Westfield, and it's under the command of Angelina, and she's still trying to beat Talon for the weekend lion. The game started. 2 marks of excellence on the barrels at the moment, but she will get the third one eventually. She keeps on at this rate. As you know, Talon's already got a first-class tanker, and well, she's got to get better than that. Either that and a better win 8, or an ace tanker will win it outright for her straight away. 15cm howitzer, capable of 600 alpha, and of course that turret on the gun's in a turret which can actually swivel 26 degrees either side of the center line. She's got pretty much the range of the battlefield. SU-122-44 fires around him thinking that he must be there. And well, we don't know if she hit him, but I think that shell would have been close. Standard reload, 25.89 seconds, rounds out the T150. Direct hit, and she's picked up some stun assists as well. Nice. Now it's a tier 7 game, so she's top tier. There are 3 Arty in the game, which is, again, it's rather unusual. At least it will be unusual after 1.18 comes in, because there will only be allowed 2 Arty per game under most conditions, and of course there'll only be 3 if there's something serious. I think if they absolutely have to, because there's just too many people waiting. They're just tweaking the program. But of course, as usual, Wargaming are mucking it all up for everyone. Rounds out the Panther M10. That was a splash because he pulled back. He's gone. That means the Cromwell is the next one in line. Now, technically, she could take him out with one shot if she can land one directly on him, because he's got fairly thin armor. He's loaded, ready to go. She's just styling in, work out where he's going. She fires. No, that wouldn't have worked because he was already pulling back from that spot by the time she fired. And of course, there's the delay before the shell actually reaches there. Okay, we're looking at an Easy 8 who's hiding in the trees there. And she's going to put a round in there straight away. If he was still there, he would have taken some damage. The Cromwell's still moving backwards and forwards because he feels fairly safe at the moment. And you can see there's a little red line at the top of the aim point, and that's because she's actually aiming just where the ridgeline ends. So that last shell unfortunately didn't do any good because he'd already died by the time the shell arrived. Up towards the west, we've got the enemies actually pushed through. Although our GW Panther's still alive and there's a Jackson in the tree line, they are pushing now. And oh, just missed the T78. Didn't give enough lead. That's a little fast little tank destroyer, that one. That you've got to remember, it's based on the Chaffee. And now the enemy is streaming east as fast as they can. Well, the Scorpion went straight for cover to try and get the Jackson, and he did get him. But he's got very thin armor. Yes! That worked. That directly hit the Scorpion, wiped him out. So at least that one paid off. The unfortunate thing is the rest of our team is now heading for the enemy cap, and they're ignoring the guys who are actually coming towards our cap and towards our Arty. So it looks like Angelina is about to get some very unwelcome visitors. Potentially that T78. I don't think he'll turn around and run back to his own cap. The AMD 178B might be screaming at him, but of course he probably thinks, well, there's 3 Arty here to defend the cap as well as this AMD. Angelina's trying to line up a shot. No, got to give a lot of lead on this one, because he's moving so quickly. The Crusader's trying to run away. Of course, the only Arty in the game that can actually fire backwards as it's running. Trying to line one up, get ready for him. Direct hit! He didn't move. He stopped to take a shot, and as a consequence, he got hit. Now we're both down to 4 vehicles each. Both sides have still got 3 Arty, and our side's got the Leo, whilst the enemy team has got the AMD. So somehow they lost the T78. Now I didn't see how the T78 died, but it means now that Angelina needs to move. They've lost their AMD, so Angelina needs to move, and the best way for her to go would be directly through the valley. The thing about going through the valley is that you are so low down, it makes it difficult for Arty to see you. You've got to remember the view range of Arty is relatively short. The range on this one is 275 meters. So they have to be within 2.5 grid blocks for them to spot you, or thereabouts. And so the lower down you are, the more ground you've got between them and you, then the more chance that they're not going to see you. Admittedly, the Crusader has gone up the side of the valley, so he has the advantage of height, but I don't think he'll stay there, because if he does stay there, he's likely to get taken out. He'll be spotted by the Leo, who is at this moment hunting Arty. The SU-14 one's been spotted. Angelina's going to take a shot straight away. She is scrolling out still, but I'll forgive her that. She's got the hang of it now. She knows what she's got to do. Dials in, rounds out, and she got him. Yep, she got him. He actually moved slightly further away, but she did plant the shell where she thought he would be, and he was close enough to take the splash and die. I had the feeling, though, that maybe the M12 shell actually did land closer and did some splash before Angelina's one arrived. But it does look like the Crusader is now the one that the M44's after. The Leo's chasing him. The best thing for Angelina to do is get into the cap area, start capping, force them to start firing at the cap. And in fact, one of them has actually gone into the cap at the other end. Now the M12 should turn around. Yep, he has done that. That's good. Meanwhile, Angelina needs to get into our cap to make sure that there's no way that he can win unless he tries to shoot her. Meanwhile, her teammates can run up the other end to find out where he is. Yep, another one has started capping, but look at the gap. It's not enough. They put 2 in. We've got 2 in the gap now, so there's no way the other Arty can win. The other Arty will definitely try to get a reset. Now, Angelina can do the same. Mind you, if she does fire, that might give a clue as to where she is to the enemy Arty. Now, that's the most traditional place that an enemy Arty is going to cap, next to the buildings. She's going to try a shot. If she does, she has to move immediately she shoots. She's marking where she thinks they are. Oh, and one of them's been spotted already. Rounds out, and direct hit wipes them out. And that's it. That's the game. Well, that was very neatly played. That was the second-class tanker for Angelina75 and the GW Panther. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 12 in that one. Her win rate was high, 1,942. Talon's score was a first-class tanker in the SU-8, and he managed 1,755 win rates. So Angelina, I'm afraid, with her second class and 1942, it isn't enough to beat him, and he's still in the lead. But I'm sure that Angelina will give it another go, because she's got a full day during Saturday to try and beat him, and maybe she'll get an ace tanker and win it outright straight away. Well, we can but hope so. Let's have a look at the details. Okay, well, she didn't get the highest damage in the game because the highest damage was the IS-2 with 1,542. Second highest damage turned out to be the T-3485M with 1,453. And the third highest damage turned out to be the KB2R on the enemy team with 1,444. Angelina picked up 1,307, but she was still behind the T-78 on the enemy team, which means that she actually came in 5th place overall. When it came to kills, though, she actually came in joint leader with the M12, who also got 3, the Scorpion, who got 3, and the Super Hellcat, who got 3. And when it came to base XP, she was actually in second place because the T-3485M got 806, Angelina got 707 alongside the Poodle, and 683 went to the Jackson. She fired 13 rounds in that game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations. Pretty sure that M44 right at the end was a penetrating shot. So quick look. Yes, it was. She did pen him. I'm pretty sure she penned the Scorpion. Yes, it's got no armor, so any shell that hits it is more likely going to go straight through. It's about 1 millimeter of armor, I think it is, or something silly like that. So yes, it's an instant pen the moment you do. Let's have a look at the rest of the details. 7 splashes, damage of 1,307, all of it at more than 300 meters. She damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 311 hit points of damage assistance and 159 hit points of stun assist of 6 stuns. She managed to get 47 defense points by resetting and killing the M44 right at the end of the game, and 49 capture points while she was sitting in the cap in the process. 27,506 credits on a premium count, 65,000 for completing a mission, 92,506 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply took away 77,946 credits profit. 1,060 XP times 2 for the first victory, 531 for completing a mission, 2,652 experience points altogether. Yes, a first class would really help, but unfortunately not on this occasion. But there's always another day, so give it a good go, Angelina. Maybe try a different Arty. That sometimes works. I did say that a long time ago. I think you, on this contest, you tend to be using the same Artys again and again and again, and you keep failing. So maybe it's if you change the Arty, like Talon did, he changed to an SU8, and all of a sudden he gets a great result. So it might be that the Arty needs to change, not the player. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.